Hey everybody, it's Lori with the Catchapocket podcast, and I'm here today with my friend Sontia Ware. She is a singer-songwriter who's out there in Wichita playing for you every once in a while, and I'm going to post her Facebook page and Instagram and whatever else, YouTube that she has out there, so you guys can catch wind and hopefully catch her at a live show. She has 2 shows coming up, one at Kirby's and one at Rock Island. And if you stick around at the end, Sontia sings this song. Man, I haven't stopped thinking about it since I listened to it the last time while I was editing. And do yourself a favor, it's awesome. Check it out. My next guest is Sontia Ware. So, Sontia, you are from Wichita? Were you born here?
I was not born in Wichita, Kansas. I was actually born in Denver, Colorado.
Oh, cool.
Well, no, I was born in Oklahoma, and I moved to Denver as a baby.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I came from, and I came to Wichita when I was about 15 years old.
Okay, and what made you guys move to Wichita?
Well, I lived with my grandparents, and I started getting into a little bit of trouble.
Okay.
So I had an auntie who was like, stop getting into trouble, come to Wichita. Because I would come down here during the summers, and she's a real religious lady. Mm-hmm. And she would teach me about the Bible and whatnot, and I was getting better. Mm-hmm.
You just got in a bad crowd or just a bad space, or
it was just a bad situation,
right?
Just altogether.
In Denver?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I ended up coming to Wichita. Mm-hmm. I went to North High School, go Redskins.
All right. I love their pep rallies.
Yes.
And they sound like the war cry, you know what I mean? Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, I really like
awesome.
it. Just the whole tradition, and they really do a good job just like enhancing, or not enhancing, but emphasizing the tradition of what the background is.
Right, and not like discriminatory against Native Americans or anything like that.
I've never seen
but more like lift it up, let's do the war cry.
Right.
Let's prep it up in a way that, or pump it up in a way that makes it a positive and not a negative thing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's cool.
So I never saw any disrespect there, but yeah, there were a lot of fights, but that's high school.
Yeah, that's high school.
So yeah, North was a real good school.
So you live with your aunt. So your mom and dad just split up and left, or did they pass away? Or
yeah, it was a whole thing. Like they were just not in my life at a good portion. My mom is really encouraging now, so it took us a while to patch up our relationship, but she put so much effort into just making sure that I feel loved and appreciated and pretty and everything like that. And it's really, as an older person who didn't really get that as I was younger, like, you still need it your whole rest of your life.
Yeah, you do. You need encouragement and someone to believe in you and think you're awesome.
Yes.
I think it helps.
Yes, exactly.
So
and that whole upbringing just kind of, there was always music in my life throughout that whole growing up. So I was
through church or just at home listening to records, or
well, I was in a little church choir. There's 3 of us.
Three sisters.
Just 3 church sisters.
Okay.
So yeah, there was three of us in our little church choir, and our piano player.
Oh, okay.
And we would like do our pieces for church, but then we'd go off sometimes and be at conventions or whatever else. So we got a chance to experience a little bit. But my piano player, and I cannot remember her name for the life of me right now, but she pulled me to the side one day, and then she was like, the music is something incredible. Like, it's something that can change things. It's something that can move things.
Right.
And she was so excited about it, and I just kind of kept that with me. And all through my life, Barry Harris, there was one time he came to North High.
Okay.
And he was actually the friend with my auntie that I was living with.
Okay.
So on occasion, I'd be at his house while she was doing notaries or talking to his wife about shopping or whatever they were talking about.
Right.
And then I'd just like hang out with him and then watch him play the guitar. And I was kind of messing around with the keyboard, and he did the same thing. Music can change everything. It can really do something to the world. And then at North High, he just reiterated it, and it just kept happening and happening and happening. And I was like, should I be a musician? Nah, I'll go.
That sounds hard, like a hard life, you know.
I'll go do something else. Well, it wasn't really that. I was so ready to like have a family.
Okay.
And then like I just kept kind of
you were ready to settle down. And...
Yeah, I was ready to settle down, and it just never really happened. And then here I am, like
it all changed for you. Yeah. That's somewhere it clicked that it's your passion. Yeah, it's your heart feeling.
When I learned how to play the guitar.
Yeah.
I was 24, or 24 or 25. I started playing late. And
a lot of people. Me too.
Yeah. I was just like, oh, well, I have this guitar. Let me learn how to play it. And then just bam.
Did you learn on your own, or did someone teach you?
Well, I got a couple lessons from a friend at work.
Okay.
And he was like, this is a C, this is a G, this is an A.
Yeah.
You're done.
All right. You're ready for a gig.
I was like, oh, this is a whole lot easier than I expected it to be.
Right.
And after the initial like hand cramps and whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it was just
getting the calluses built up.
Yeah, getting all of that done. I just kind of ran with it. And then I was on and off, and then married and divorced, and then back on. And now I just keep getting opportunities, and I want to take advantage of everyone that I have with anybody doing anything. That's really it. You get your opportunities, you take them no matter what they are.
Right. Unless it's against your ethics and stuff like that, in which case, you run like hell.
Don't go selling crack or anything.
No.
I want to be an entrepreneur. Yeah. There's an opportunity. I'll sell some crack. Like, no,
don't try it or anything, because it's addictive.
Exactly. There's a whole commercial about that.
I think so.
Yeah, so.
So, right, you went into learning the guitar, and then from there you started writing your own music?
Yeah, I've been I was writing before I did anything with music. So I'd write poems, stories, and more poems and stories. And just, it was an outlet, just an emotional outlet.
Yeah, sure.
And so just putting it with music just came naturally, because I was already a writer.
Right.
So that was one thing. And I remembered, it was poetry.com or something. I got one poem in there at some point 1,000 years ago, and then I was like, yeah, I'm a real writer now.
Yeah.
But
you got your writing published?
Yeah, it was published on, and there's the competition, I believe it was poetry.com, because it was so long ago. It was like 1990 something.
Okay.
It was a while ago.
Yeah. So when did you graduate from North?
I graduated in 2000.
Okay. So you're like 8 years younger than I am.
Yeah.
So that's okay, though.
No, that's fine.
I think that's the best years of your life, actually. About 8 years ago. I was like, man, I was strong. I was ready. You know?
Yeah, I hit 30, and I was like, this is it.
Nah, it's not it. There's much more to go.
Well, no, it was more...
Like, this is it. Like... who I am.
Right.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was more in a self-awareness sort of situation, to where I just kind of realized what I was worth and where my strengths were, where my weaknesses were, why I kept getting into certain situations. Right. And then I took it from there to just get better as a person, as a mother.
That's really what to do.
And then that helps a lot.
And you had some people in your life during that time that helped you focus on that, or find yourself, or was it more of like an internal thought process happening?
Well, it was an internal thought process for the while after the divorce, because I was married for 7 years. I was with the guy for 10, and then hit divorce. And then after the divorce, I go into my little 1-bedroom apartment, and we're going through the divorce stuff, and it's just like somebody died. It's really, it's a long funeral is what a divorce is, and I don't recommend it for everybody. And I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. I ended up going to church.
Okay.
And I hadn't gone to church for 12 years.
Like the whole time you were married, you didn't go to church really? Just on like the holidays or something?
Yeah, well, sometimes on the holidays, we would watch church on TV. There was one period of time, and there was a pastor, Kent Rogers, on United Methodist Church. It was Channel 12 or something like that.
Sure.
We were just like, we changed the channel, and I was like, we need to do something because it seems like our family's sinking. Maybe God, let's try that.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So we started watching church on TV, and there was one Christmas. It was the Christmas before we got like separated. Before we separated, I went to the United Methodist Church.
Okay.
And there was
the one on Broadway?
Yeah, that's the one on Broadway.
Okay.
And there was a church there called the United Methodist Church. It was like a black church, and they were singing the holiday songs, and I was like, wow, I was just listening to all this music, and it was like, wow, this is amazing music. Yeah. And then I didn't know how they played into my life at all, because I didn't end up going to that church. We got divorced, and then I was like, you know what, I'm going to go to United Methodist Church and see, what they're about. And try to heal, because I was losing my mind.
Right.
Like I was. You
need something to grab onto.
Yeah.
That would make you feel positive and good.
Yes.
And church does that, I think. When you start spiraling out, you need some base.
Yes.
And church is definitely a good base.
Yes.
So.
And they loved on me just immediately.
Cool.
They just loved on me immediately. And then I got word that there was they were looking for people in the choir.
Okay.
And then I was like, no, just that's my musical life. No, that's not what I need to be doing.
Right.
And then it just kept happening. I joined the choir and learned how to sing with other people, because at this point I'd been just singing by myself. So
you learn harmony and different things.
And all of that. And it's just, music just is, period, just the overall theme. It's just amazing, and it changes things.
It sure does.
And it changes you internally to where you can change things outwardly.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a very spiritual thing for me.
It is, and it is for everyone. I think there's a song or something or a moment, and you remember the music or the way it made you feel or helped you get through like a divorce or everyone has this pivotal. Even when we have our funerals, it's a big deal what music you're going to play at that thing. Yeah. And a lot of people play this at my funeral or you know what I mean? Yep. Because and at weddings, they have songs they want to play. It's so much part of our life. And it's just a wonderful thing, no matter if it's different genre or anything.
Yeah, I want the thong song played at my funeral.
Oh, yeah.
I want that the intro. Like just bring the casket in and then put on the thong song.
And everybody chuckle.
Yeah.
Because they're going to chuckle. The thong song, like, what the hell's going on?
Going to start crying harder, like, oh my God, not right now.
Like,
she's doing it again.
She did it again. Crazy girl. All right. Man. So, what kind of music do you listen to personally? Like, just gospel, or do you listen to?
I listen to everything but jazz, and
You don't listen to jazz?
I try so hard. I've tried so hard.
Jazz is hard sometimes.
There's been so many people that, okay, we'll try this. And like the Coltrane and everything. And I've put it on. And then I was like, I need to love this, but I just don't.
Your heart just isn't feeling it yet.
It just doesn't. But everything with jazz, primarily, I'm on... Well, there's really nothing I'm primarily on. Just like 21 Pilots type rock, alternative rock.
You like that stuff? Yeah. I like 20. I just discovered through Saturday Night Live this year them, and they played. I think it was them.
Was it House of Gold?
I don't know. It's like he plays a keyboard.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's 21 Pilots.
It might be.
I think it is, though. But anyway, I didn't know who they were at all, and I had to look them up, and I think that's what it came up with. They were really weird-looking dudes, like scrawny-looking dudes. But he could sing really well, and then when they played it live on Saturday Night Live, it sounded good, and I was like, wow, I respect them now.
Yeah, so. I went to their concert when they came here in Wichita.
Oh, I didn't. I saw that they were playing, but I didn't go.
It was amazing. Yeah. Them and Imagine Dragons. My oldest son was like, he's kind of a homebody. And then I was like, get out of the house. And he's like, I don't want to go. And I was like, well, what do you want to do? Nothing. And then one day he comes up to me, he's like, can we go to Imagine Dragons? And I was like, yes. Yes,
Awesome.
you need to go to a concert. Let's go.
Yeah, that's cool. We need to take our son to a real big rock concert with the
Right.
Spectacular. We wanted Metallica, but I was just late to the game on that. And then they just sold out like crazy.
Yeah.
Couldn't get 3 tickets together at the end.
Oh, man.
It was like, you can get one over here and one over. I'm like, no, I'm not leaving him.
Yeah. I'm not leaving him at a Metallica concert.
Like, sit right there and don't move.
Yeah, that's a good call for a parent. Like, I'm not leaving you alone in this concert.
No, you'll be smoking the grass. Smoking the weed.
Not the grass.
Not the grass.
Like,
Get
really.
over it. It's not even that bad.
Oklahoma is like is the Bible Belt. Like you
Isn't it prescription legal there?
yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
We should have it prescription legal here for our friends with PTSD and all sorts of different kinds of things.
Yeah, people in Wichita need to chill out, man.
They really do. Some of them just need it. Like, you need to blow it in their face you need to blow it in my face when I'm driving, because I'm just like, these people are all stupid.
No, that road rage is necessary. We need that adrenaline
It is.
to hit the brakes for people who stop at green lights. Oh my goodness, Wichita.
And the passing lanes. They don't get the passing lanes. Drives me crazy.
It bothers me.
So, okay, let's talk about do you have a profound lesson that you learned during your, coming of age to where you are now?
That you cannot depend on yourself all the time. Because I'm very independent. Like,
Right.
I don't ask anybody for anything unless I just really, really need it.
Same here.
But just having people even just to talk to or confide in,
Right.
or drive you somewhere or whatever, like, that's necessary. If you get yourself into a hole and then just stay in that hole, then nothing gets done and nothing gets better.
Right, and it just gets worse. Yeah.
So we got that. And then to trust the plan, like, trust God's plan.
Yeah.
Because there's something always, we get so stuck in self. And it's understandable because you wake up you.
You're right. You're looking at your eyeballs.
Yeah, like, okay, I'm me.
Yeah.
But there's always something just bigger and profound. And if we just kind of learn to trust God's plan and then just love each other.
Right.
Regardless. I have such an array of different friends with different backgrounds, from super religious to like atheist and everybody in between.
Right.
And really, we're all in the same skin. We all have the same goals. We're all going to the same place. We're all
Right.
heading to the end. And everybody's doing the best that they can. And one thing that I cannot stand is anybody just like looking down on
Right.
anybody else for anything.
Right.
'Cause
Yeah, one of my favorite sayings is, if you're looking down on someone, you better be picking them up.
exactly. Exactly.
So anytime you ever look down on somebody, it better be because you're putting a hand out to help them up.
And it seems like, it just seems like just the smallest thing that you can do. You don't have to, like, I'm kind of lazy, so you don't have to put a whole lot of effort. I really am. You don't have to put like
Right.
a bunch of effort, because I used to think that helping people meant that
Go
like,
build a house or something.
yeah, I have to put my whole life on a shelf, or just
Right.
and sometimes it's just like
Smiling.
hey, smiling, or pick up the phone. Hey, I was thinking about you. How you doing?
Yeah, not wanting nothing, just saying hi.
Yeah, just saying hi. Okay, well, I
was
hate
thinking
talking
about
on
you.
the phone,
Yeah.
so bye.
It's nice to have friends that care,
Yes.
and that's what it's about. So, or people that care, even if they're not your close friends,
Right.
just to show that you care enough to, like, open a door for you if you have your hands full, or you're trying to wrangle your child, or something like that. It's like or watching out for your child when they get a little
yeah.
spastic, whatever
Yeah,
they
just like, or just saying they understand when they're throwing that fit. Just
Yeah.
like, yeah, I understand.
just ignoring it. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna
We've
go
all
get-
been there.
Yeah, I'm getting my bread.
Just gonna get my bread now.
Just step over your kid. I'll get my bread.
All right. So, do you have an inspirational story?
Most recently, I believe the most inspirational thing, because the kindness to strangers is something really, really incredible. And I was at the laundromat, and I had ran out of soap, and some guy gave me his soap. But that's not really inspirational, but it's just like different little moments like that have happened throughout my life, to where like when I was going through my divorce, I'd be talking to a stranger and they'd ask me for my phone number and then just talk to me that one time. Or there'd be people on the corner with a sign that said, you know, God is good, or whatever else, and I'd pull over and talk to them, and then they just sit there and pray with me. So there's so many little inspirations all the time that they're just one big story is my whole life.
Right, just look for it.
Yeah.
Because the inspiration's out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And if you're out inspiring other people, one thing that I've noticed is that when you hit a low point, all of a sudden there's people there that want to inspire you too.
Right, they don't want to see you down.
Right.
They want to lift you up.
Exactly.
So that's cool. And you're around a good group of people that are supportive like that. And also vice versa, when they're down, you're there for them. And it reciprocates like that.
Exactly.
So that's so cool. Do you have any plugs or anything of things you're doing in the future?
Well, I am going to be working on getting finished with an album. And then I also have a show at. She's
going to be playing at Kirby's on October the 18th in Rock Island, downtown, on November the 11th, 2019. Because this could be played like in who knows when.
It's going to be in the future,
yeah,
when everybody has heads in jars.
Yeah,
we're all wandering around
like,
on hoverboards.
Let's listen to podcasts from the past. It's so cool.
I could plug my websites. Oh my God. You can find me on Facebook.
Excellent.
It's Sontia Ware. That's Sontia Ware, Ware. And then I have a YouTube page, Sontia 67214 would be the easiest way to find it. And then I'm also on Instagram for Sontia Ware.
And I'll put links to those pages on my website, and it goes on to all the little formats where people listen to this podcast. So
all right.
There'll be links in the little on the webpage, basically.
Okay.
So
that'll work.
No problem there. And I was wondering if maybe you'd play a song for us today.
Okay, I sure will.
Awesome.
All right, so this song is one that I wrote. It's called Fly. And then here we go. Take back your hand, go into the darkness. There is no plan there for me to understand. If I could, then I would turn the world from sorrow, but darkness and light make me up inside. Give me wings so I can fly, just enough to touch the sky. And if I could, then I would turn the world from sorrow, but darkness and light make me up inside. Look at your mind, cross from all the bridges, finding your life takes love and pain and strife. If I could, then I would turn your heart from demons, but darkness and light makes me up inside. Give me wings so I can fly, back your teeth. Set the world to explode. There's nothing to eat but the lives you stole. If I could, then I would take the blame for both of us. But darkness and light make me up inside. Give me wings so I can fly, just enough to touch the sky. And if I could, then I would turn the world from sorrow. But darkness and light make me up inside. Inside, inside, inside. If I could, then I would turn the world from sorrow. But darkness and light make me up inside.
Wow, that was awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Woo! Well, thank you so much for coming.
All right, you are very
I
welcome.
appreciate you coming out and catching a pocket with me today.
All right, I appreciate the opportunity.
Thanks, and good luck in your future. I'll be at one of your shows.
All right,
All right.
that'll work.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, everybody, that was Sontia Ware. Thanks for listening, guys. The Catchapocket podcast is brought to you by me. Love ya. Keep making art, and I'll keep asking you to be on the podcast. Create something. Be good to society. It needs it. It really needs it out there. Stand up for the right things. And don't judge other people. It's wrong. All right, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter even, sorta, barely. You can listen to us on Google Play Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn. And thanks to Kirk for the music. Thanks, Lisa, for letting me use it. And thank y'all for listening. Hope you catch a pocket you can be proud of. Good night.